Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. The Huskers will boot it away to start the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Scarlet Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that forward.
And the Scarlet Knights will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. So Nebraska's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man.
There he goes. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
And he was just showing off all of the slick moves before the defense finally got him on the ground. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best 2 teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else.
Touchdown, Cornhuskers! They put the first points on the board. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Offensively, you want to run that counter, right, to try to take advantage of hyperactive defenses, but just poor execution. Not a good job of understanding where I need to go when I bounce that thing backside, and it bounced outside. You want to take that thing inside.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Scarlet Knights line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes the catch around the 50. Quick step and go. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The hand to the running back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough for this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
And the Huskers headed quickly to the line. Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husker!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding, right? This offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. And the Scarlet Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin them deep. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. Snagged out of the air. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the...
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Nebraska! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Looking to throw on first down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Scarlet Knights will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Singleton. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Cornhuskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll go to the ground. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
Breaks the tackle. Inside the 15. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
They'll give it to the back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
Wants to throw on first down. The quick out. At the 40, there he goes. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Huskers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He's got it on the run. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
And I tell you what, when you drop back and you know you got that slot work in the middle of the field and you know how fast he is, you just wait for him to come open, throw that strike, and you know he'll take care of the rest. Nice throw, nice catch.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Fires to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. Ball is spotted at the 2. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They'll go for it here on 4th. Makes the grab past the marker. Touchdown, Husker. And they take it in for 6 more points. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Tulane was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in New Orleans. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. Always fun to see two of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Runs through a tackle. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. The Scarlet Knights want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights send out the punt unit. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the big fella. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there. The Cornhuskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Oh, they're after him. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Here's the pressure. Strong pass rush. The quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Still running at the 35. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. Just has a knack for hitting that move on time. He's out to the 33. The Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Now the play fake. He's going to throw deep right side. Catch in stride inside the 15. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He's going to take off. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The Scarlet Knights have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Makes the grab. It's Lewis. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Fires one high and deep. It's picked off, and another empty drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
They go to the draw. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. To the air on 1st down. With the catch, it's Singleton. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The give to the tailback. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the tight end. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. And the Scarlet Knights in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Running back searching for a hole. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds. The Scarlet Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The play action fake. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights will line up to punt it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been just plowing ahead. Past the 20. Touchdown, Huskers! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Johnson. There he goes down the right side. At the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. From the gun, the running back has it. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the 2nd half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
They'll try the run. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. He'll run it again. Can't get him to the ground. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Huskers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Gives it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Makes it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Cornhuskers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. To the ground. He's got it again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. There he goes. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Huskers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together with the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward. Now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Temple sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the 4th quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in Philly. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
The Scarlet Knights will call on their punt team. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop you.
And I think everybody wants to run the option nowadays, but the problem is, can everybody read it? You got to be able to stick the ball in the belly of the running back, and you have to be able to understand, or I'm pitching it